Hold the door, hold the door. Hold the door.
Hold the door. Hold the door.
I'm the only one that's not broken, I think, by this episode. Boss is broken.
Dexter
I'm
ruined the
Dexter.
streak.
Oh, fine. You want me to do it?
No, it's too late
It
now.
won't be real, though.
It's
It
too
won't
late.
be real.
The music, the intro music's already starting.
I won't mean it. I won't mean it.
Hold the door.
I won't
Episode
mean it.
started.
Boss is committed.
It's all over. But I'm Oxnard.
I'm Dexter. Hello.
Hold the door.
Boss is stuck. He's been trapped since Sunday.
Boss, do you know what the name of the episode was?
Hold the door.
Wrong.
It was Hodor's fucked.
Just the door.
Oh, the door.
Yeah, which I know they wanted to call it Hold the Door, but people.
Too obvious that people will put the pieces together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Remember 2 weeks ago we were looking at the name of the episodes. If it said Hold the Door,
Yes.
we would have all just looked at each other and went like, "Uh-oh."
I feel like you're giving us too much credit there, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe, but I feel like too much credit
Yeah,
to us.
maybe. I don't
Oh,
know.
if I saw the
People
words
would've
"hold
got
the
it.
door,"
People would have got it.
I would have definitely known that's Hodor. But wow, what an episode!
Oh, man.
There was like
Yeah, let's just start with their initial
2/3
reactions.
of this episode was like okay, and then 1/3 was like incredible to me.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 1/3 was like, what is going on here? 2/3 are like, oh, that's interesting plot moving forward, and then the third part was
Added
like,
a fourth
huh.
third. He's
Yeah.
adding 2/3 was this, 1/3 was that, the other third.
And then 8/5 of it. Hold on, I got my calculations right here.
I
Thirds of
was
this episode were there.
I was so sad at the end that I felt like I did something bad.
You
like
made
that's how
Hodor,
I felt
You
inside.
brought
You took it
Hodor
personally?
pain.
Like, what did you do to hurt
my
Hodor?
heart hurt. Like, oh,
And just before that, Summer.
yeah.
It was like, so I was already upset because Summer. Now I have a question.
Yes.
Summer, the direwolf, was killed by the White Walkers, right? So now will she come back?
Probably.
Because the knights,
They
like
have
the
animals,
Night
yeah.
King,
Well,
like
she was
rides
killed by-
horse. They ride horses in the books. They talk about spiders and things like
Yeah,
that.
they have animals.
So I wonder if she'll be brought back as a.
Probably.
Do you think maybe Hodor is going to show up as an undead along with Summer? Maybe
Ooh.
he's carrying Summer on his back now?
I don't
Old
know.
dog.
I don't know.
Oxnard and I just talked about this. We want, I want Hodor to come back as a white and then kill Bran, because Bran's a fucking asshole.
To which I said, why would Bran be an asshole? He's just a
Yeah.
kid who doesn't know what he's doing.
Because he's a fucking jerk.
But he's not trying to be a jerk.
He didn't like.
do it on purpose.
He didn't make him like. He didn't instruct him that way. He just. I see. I was a little confused at how this.
He's
worked.
a kid who's inexperienced, and like every kid, they're very curious.
Right.
And imagine like you're a kid, you get this power to see everything in your past and the future. Of course, I would have fucked up probably even more.
I would have listened to the Blood Raven. He's the one showing you how to do it.
He's an old man.
Don't do your own fucking visions
But
and
he-
get marked, you idiot.
But here's the thing. So he says Bran sees that scene with the army of the dead, and then the Night King grabs him, right?
Yes.
Which we had talked about a possibility of happening last week, and then the three-eyed raven guy's like, he touched you, he knows where you are, you have to become me. So then they go to a scene where they're just watching Bran's granddad talk to his dad about going to the Vale,
And when
it's
you're
so
watching
boring.
Yeah, when you're watching it, you're like, what the fuck is the point of this?
so-
Why are they here? Isn't this like something's gonna happen?
Right. Is there a little urgency here?
Yeah.
This is why this scene. How does this make him become you? So my thought was that so the three-eyed raven may have already foreseen this happening.
Yeah.
So then
Probably,
he
yeah.
purposely goes to that scene just because Hodor is going to be there, because he knows that Bran is going to do what happened. Because
Well, he would have created a paradox because if Bran had not been there to
Right.
utilize past Hodor to control present Hodor,
yeah.
then you'd never have Hodor to begin with. See, this is where the time travel gets
Now we're
screwy.
in medieval time travel.
Yes. See,
So what do
but
you
this is what
think-
happens with time travel: is gets complicated, and even though the show tries to spell it out as clearly as possible, peeps or some people just can't wrap their head around
And
it. You know?
I think I understood it actually. I'm gonna
it's
bring
yeah.
a shot.
Okay,
I'm gonna
break
give
it
a
down
shot
for us, because I
So-
have another question after you're done.
and we'll see what you guys think. So Bran has the vision, and
Poops.
while he's having the vision, he
Which
hears Mira
When he's
saying
right.
Bran or
Hodor, we need Hodor.
or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
she needs help basically. And Bran, for some reason, I guess he can't lead the vision, but he hears her, so he's like, "Oh, what do I do? What do I do? I'm gonna warg into Hodor, little Hodor." And
Who's still kind of big Hodor.
Then once they get to the door thing, I guess he was controlling like present Hodor through young Hodor somehow.
No, I think he wargs present Hodor, and then he also wargs...
No, because he was in the vision the whole time, though.
Yeah.
But Bran has special powers.
I think he was doing both simultaneously.
Yes. And that's what
And that's what created the link between the two Hodors.
See,
and that's what made the... And because Mira's the one shouting, hold the door.
Yeah.
Hold the door. Bran isn't saying that.
See, that's the
Mira's
thing.
shouting
I got a different interpretation here. I don't see it as he's warging both at once. He's the same person, no matter what time it is.
He's trapped in
He's warging.
But Bran isn't.
Bran. That's what I'm saying. Bran is warging Hodor. There's only one Hodor, whether it's the young one or the old one. He's warging the young one, which makes him warg the present one at the same time. And when they get to the door, the young Hodor, he hears Mira saying, "Hold the door," through Bran, because Bran hears it. Bran's right next to her. So they're like, he can hear what Bran hears.
It could be that, or you can just hear it yelling in the distance as it's fading away.
No, because...
Well, I think it all it's all one channel, I think, what you're saying.
Yeah, they're millions
It's
of
all
meld.
one channel, because
it
really,
is,
if Hodor is hearing it, Bran is warging Hodor, so Bran is hearing it. So it's all going through Bran, Hodor to Hodor. Can I just say something?
But I'm saying it's just Bran to Hodor. I'm just saying it's Bran to Hodor, and there's only one Hodor. You warg one, you warg the other. But that's
I think in
way
this
to explain it.
Right.
But if you warg Hodor in the past, you're also warging him in the present.
That's Bran's ability, and that's an ability that everyone's telling him, this is why you're special.
Yeah.
And because he's doing it to Hodor, who's a...
I think anybody who's having a vision of the past and tried to warg somebody, the same thing would happen.
No, but Bran is unique because he's able to affect
warg while
the
he's having a
past.
vision?
He's able to affect these people in these
being
visions.
able to warg somebody while having a vision is maybe what
like
you're saying.
he can interact with...
That's weird.
He can do these things that you would think only someone like the Night King would be able to do. Something like ancient.
I think maybe the Night King can only interact... Well, no, that's not true, because it's dangerous to go anywhere near them because they will touch you. And you know what that means now that he has the mark? Pretty sure it means the White Walkers... I think the wall had some sort of magic that stopped them. The same magic that stopped them from entering where the Raven was. The wall has that. So Bran, if he's going to go south of the wall... Because remember when the Whites were running in when they first got there, the Raven, and everything shattered?
That's right.
That's the whole point of the wall, is to block the undead. It doesn't block wildlings.
Oh, no, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they first go and they had the previous casting of the children.
I remember it was a big deal when that one guy turned into a White inside Castle Black and attacked Jon, because that was the first time like an undead had been there.
That's
Because there's something about the wall. So now Bran goes south of the wall. It's going to be just like at the Raven's Tree. They're going to be able to go by, and I guarantee... Maybe next episode or episode after, maybe the finale, that wall is coming down. It's going to be really cool.
But
they may be able to track Bran everywhere now, I wonder.
Yeah, he's marked.
Like, he's marked, so they can just...
Right.
Yeah.
But that's funny, because I read a theory where they said that there is like a magic on the wall, and he just broke it, basically.
Yeah, that's not new news, Oxnard.
Yeah.
Nice
No,
try.
I'm just saying. I didn't... I just wanted to know where he heard it from, because I don't know where these people heard it from. But I just read that.
The other thing I wanted to know is... I was very intrigued by who is the man that the children made.
That's the Night King.
Yeah, but
Is
who
it the
is
Night
that
King?
person?
Is
Right.
Why that guy?
Why do you think it's the Night King?
I looked it up. That's the same
No,
actor.
that's the same guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you see
can
when he
the
turns,
resemblance.
it looks like him. Yeah.
But why did they turn that guy specifically? I want to know. The other thing
That's
thought
what we
was
need to
it would have
find
been
out.
way creepier if they kept the look of the Children of the Forest the same as when you first saw them, because they were basically just actual children. That would have been much creepier if kids are going up to a guy strapped to a wirewood tree, shoving a obsidian blade in his chest, and screaming his head off. I was not creeped out by these people at all.
Why do you think they changed the way the Children of the Forest look so drastically?
I have no idea.
Like they did it was literally a kid with like some leaves in their hair, maybe.
Dirty and like wearing an earthy kind of looking,
almost like a hobbity looking person.
Yeah.
And then now it's literally people made of plants. It looks like.
I think it would have been so much creepier if
kids.
it was like more like how they originally looked in the show doing that, because that was nuts. And the other thing is, how did Bran get to that place when he just decided to warg by himself?
He was just
How did he end up?
He went there before. Remember, the Raven took him there in a vision. That's when he saw them making the Night King.
So it took him back to the same place.
Yeah, so on his own, he went back there
Okay.
to see, what's going on here.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, what? This is so... What are the chances?
I know. This is the kind of episode you need to watch like 2 or 3 times to like fully get it.
Yeah, because there's so much...
I only watched it once because I was traumatized.
Me too.
Yeah, wow. And then that whole scene was terrifying. Then with the army, they showed up so fast.
Yes.
Like in the blink of an eye, they were there.
I think they travel on like blizzard power or something. I just
Yes.
like wherever the wind blows, they can
It's
travel
like
along.
Skyrim. They're able to just go from point to point on a map.
Fast travel here. We got the location. That little kid told
Hey,
me.
it's been marked. Why not?
It's in my
Yeah.
quest book. It's one of the last quests.
It is just like a blizzard, like a huge wind, and they're just all flying through the wind,
It's true
tossing around like rag dolls, and they land.
Did it get even colder when they had arrived, and that's how Meereen knew?
Yeah,
Because all of a sudden
her
she's
breath
like,
was icy.
yeah, and she's
Yes.
like, oh shit.
She saw Hodor's breath, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Man, and then they showed up, and then
So they do bring
they
the
just
cold.
go right into the tree. There was like, they didn't waste any time at all. They go right in. It was just like the whole tunnel. It was like in the Mines of Moria. You know, when
Thank
the
God
orcs
there
are
was-
coming out, and they were just tunneling right in. I can't believe that they got out of there, to be honest.
When they
Well,
saw
Leaf sacrificed herself.
A lot of people said
That was
Summer
stupid.
sacrificed herself. Hodor, we don't know if Hodor's dead for sure,
dead.
but
he's dead.
See, I don't think he is.
He's dead. There's no way he's not dead.
Hodor, he's got such a giant cock, though.
What's with
I
people
almost-
always thinking people aren't
he
dead?
can't die.
He can't die. He's gonna beat him away with his
The guy
big
is
cock.
dead.
I don't know. I'm same thing with Stannis. Like they don't.
Yeah.
Like she just Brienne
open-ended.
said that she killed him, but I didn't see it on
I
screen.
think she's
so.
just fucking with Davos and Melisandre.
Yeah, just to like get under their skin. maybe.
When they, when the children of the forest are staring at the wights and the White Walkers, and the Night King, he bends down. I thought he was gonna do like a huge like anime jump to them. Because it looks like he just crouches to
really
get low.
Or like he
and
suddenly
push
like
off.
like the Flash, he like runs at them.
I thought he was gonna
like,
leap and then
6
just
million
land in
times the
front of
speed
them.
light. That would have been awesome. That would have been kind of cheesy.
I know. That's why I was like, hold on, what's going on here?
I'll say this: everything that they've done with the, like in the last like 2 seasons with the whites has been super cool and super creepy.
Yeah.
Like Hard Home, this even, and also the scene when you find out where like when they where they take Craster's babies and like a few seasons ago, and you see the Night King
They just like
is
touch
like
it.
touches and it turns in that fucking creeped the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And after watching like those Alt Shift X videos we've talked about, the stuff where he talks about like the lore of this area,
Yeah.
that's like my favorite part of this series right now. I just want more of that.
Yeah, that's what I wanted from the beginning. In
Yeah.
fact, remember when I used to draw the cartoons? Remember you came up with the same boss's top 5. One of them, you want to see Hodor get into a huge fight with zombies. Remember that? I just remember that now.
Yeah.
There was an interview with,
You didn't think of this
Not
outcome though,
die.
did you?
but Christian Nairn, I think his name is, the
Yeah.
guy who plays Hodor.
Yeah. Oh, Nairn.
There was an interview guy linked, and like 30 minutes in, he starts talking about like, so they ask him, oh, if Hodor's gonna die, like, how do you want him to die? And he says, probably surrounded by zombies and like just saving everyone. So I was like, wow, the guy got his wish.
Yeah. Or he knew.
Yeah.
And he just like
I think a lot of them-
Riley let the spoiler go.
I think a lot of them kind of know, and they
Yeah.
just hold back. That's the way it sounded when he was talking. But,
Yeah.
But also, I feel kind of bad for George Martin a little bit because this was such a huge reveal
yeah.
that people have been waiting. But it's the show that made the reveal, and so I wonder if he just feels bad, like, fuck, I should have hurried up and made that reveal in the book. So that
I thought this. I thought to myself, and it's along similar lines, and I thought, man, I almost wish I didn't see this now, because
It
I
reminded
would have
me-
preferred to have read all this first in the books.
yeah, it reminded me like the Red Wedding when after you read the books and you're watching with someone who hasn't read the books and you're just waiting for that
Oh, yeah.
reaction.
Yeah, that was intense. Waiting to see.
I wonder how he
people
was
react.
feeling when the show was airing. You think his blood pressure went up and he was like, "Oh man, here it comes."
I don't know. I have a feeling that he is cold as a human being. No.
I don't think so.
It's like, is this fucking thing over yet? I gotta go
the next
take
check?
a dump. No, but I know exactly what you're talking about. I had a similar thought. And
do we know which episode he writes this season?
I don't think he is.
He's not writing any?
I don't think so. I think he's consulting only. But, it's me, Dexter. I'm probably wrong.
I looked it up. He didn't write any yet.
It's usually later.
He hasn't written any. Most are written by D&D, David and D.B. Weiss.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because I think in an effort to finish his own work, he's scaled back his responsibilities with the show.
Yeah. I almost wouldn't even want to watch it if I was him.
I wouldn't watch it.
I would feel like anxiety.
He can't
guilt.
watch it.
Yeah.
He doesn't. If he doesn't listen to theories, why would he do this? Because there's going to be things that they do differently in the show.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I have such mixed feelings about it now because I was like, wow, I really liked that episode. I thought that was awesome. But then I'm like, oh, God damn it. I wish I didn't see this now. I feel like I've ruined the books for myself in a way.
All right, you know
so
what?
I had a thought.
Review's over. We're done talking about it until the next
Every
book comes
episode
out.
will be guessing at what happened from now on.
So we'll pick up where we left off 14 years from now when the next book is out.
Yeah, we've had time to read it.
So with the Night King, is it pretty much clear that he controls all the whites himself?
They established that in Hard Home.
Yeah.
The whites are individuals. It's just they have the leader who is the Night King.
But like,
And the
I
White
feel
Walkers
like
are the zombies.
I feel like he's just like their mind lord. Like they see through him. Like when he marked Bran, that's why they all saw him.
Oh, you
think
mean
the
the other big guys? You're talking. I'm sorry.
No, I forget them. I mean, just the Night King. He
yeah.
controls all the whites.
I believe
not
so.
the White Walkers. The whites.
I thought the White Walkers were the zombies.
No.
The whites are the zombies. The White Walkers are like the Night King and his cronies.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think.
I wish they would come up with a different name.
I know. Less confusing.
Just call them zombies and whites.
Yeah.
That's what we used to do. Oh, they're not actually zombies? Did you even read the book?
You suck.
Look, leave me alone, Dexter.
I just leave nasty comments for you all the time. I troll you all the time. Yeah, I think because in Hard Home, after the battle is over and Jon is extremely slowly drifting away, he slowly raises hands. He lifts them all from the dead. So
But I think I was.
I think
under
that
the
implied
thought that
control.
maybe other people control them too, but I guess not. Or that he just rose them.
Oh, he
and
just
he
brings them
wasn't
back.
like there are.
No, they definitely follow some kind of orders. If not from him alone, then from the others that are like him. You know what I mean?
They probably all see what he sees. Is the thing.
I'm sure there's some mental psycho thing going on.
There's got to be.
there.
There's some kind of
So
mystical connection.
maybe he was just a really powerful warg. That's why they changed
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe. But for what? But to protect
the trees.
themselves
Well, because they
from
were
men that were from the first
fighting
men.
The men,
Yes.
yeah.
And they created a monster, like the Republicans with Donald Trump.
Or Dr. Frankenstein, so we don't date the fucking review. God, no. I'm joking.
Don't date the review. Bring up a 100-plus-year-old book.
Yeah, it's timeless. No, I thought that was interesting.
Donald Trump isn't timeless, Oxnard. I don't
I hope
understand
not.
you. No, God help us all.
He's America's greatest treasure.
I think that the White Walkers, okay, are the scariest thing going in Westeros.
Do you think Trump watches Game of Thrones?
No, I don't think
No.
so.
Now, if he's
I think
did,
he'd be tweeting about it constantly, spoiling it for millions.
I talked to George R. He's a loser.
Yeah, he's a loser. I would invite all the terrorist leaders to a fancy dinner, and then I would do something exactly like the Red Wedding, okay?
Trump wedding.
Boom, problem solved.
Yeah,
I should
see,
say boom more.
I thought that the Children of the Forest became White Walkers.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
You said that last week, yeah.
That's interesting that they make it. Just with dragon. So if I shove dragon glass.
Yeah,
or
that's weird.
Let's try it.
But
Here's
there-
my chest.
But it's their magic, right? Their
There
magic.
must be magic
is
going
imbued
along
in
with
it.
that. It can't be that
There's
easy.
got to be, because if...
Like, can I just do that to Dexter, make him a White
Yeah,
Walker?
come on, let's see.
Well,
I don't
not
want...
in this
Look, the
reality.
Night King is cool, all right? I want those powers.
And that was the same Children of the Forest that did it, right? Leaf? Looked
Yeah.
like Leaf.
Yeah.
She's
Well,
that
they all
old.
look the
She's
same.
fucking old.
I mean, it stands to reason. It's the Night King. It's the same guy. It's
She
thousands
is
of years old.
Fucking old. They are.
Yeah, that was a
fucking
long
old.
time ago because that was up
Like,
north.
like the
2000.
first
It's like
one.
2,000 years old. More than that.
More.
I just looked it up.
Oh.
I think it's like 2,000 years old, something like that.
Really? She sacrificed herself at that age? Maybe she just had enough.
I don't think she had to. She could throw that fireball.
Now, yeah, those fireball things.
What the
I
fuck is
wish,
she-
I wish she
I
would
felt
explain.
Like she charged it.
I wanted her to stick around so she could tell us a little more.
Too easy. Too easy.
I'm sure they'll meet other ones. So now this, I want to ask you, Dexter.
Yeah.
obviously Meereen,
Amira,
Mira,
yeah,
and Bran. It's just them.
Yeah.
The White Walkers are coming. So do you think they're going to bring in either Cold Hands, Benjen, or both?
See,
in a way, quote
my
unquote.
thought was that Cold Hands is Benjen.
Right.
I'm assuming that's a popular theory. I don't know if there's something that says, like there's more evidence that says no, that's not the case.
Well, the guy, he just went out and he just mysteriously kind of disappeared.
In the very beginning of the story, he's gone. He disappeared. So I mean, to me, when you first meet Cold Hands, I was like, oh, this has got to be Benjen Stark. But then I feel like that's too obvious. Am I being too simple-minded about it? Or am I falling for that trap?
It's just like people are thinking logically about it. You just hear everyone's theories, and after a while, logically, you just kind of...
How do we know that the Night King isn't playing some kind of weird trick? Is that even possible?
Maybe.
Because he hasn't shown any ways of communication other than,
what?
Horrifying glances
the Whites
and raising his arms.
The Whites don't seem very tricky. They seem pretty blunt.
Yeah, they're straightforward tactics.
They're not going to do any subterfuge.
So my thought was, yes, that Cold Hands... this is an opportunity for Cold Hands to now make an appearance. Because I don't know what they're going to do.
Some people listen to us don't know who Cold Hands is. Do you want to tell?
So Cold Hands is a character in the book that Bran and his group encounter. Actually, Sam and Gilly are traveling with them briefly.
Yes. That's right, yeah.
Yeah, and then they meet this guy. Right, he rides a horse, right? And
he rides a stag.
Oh, yes, that's right. That's right.
No, he rides an elk. It's pretty cool.
And
caribou.
But he's a white, basically, by all accounts. But he communicates.
Yeah.
He kind of stinks, doesn't he? Or did I make that up?
It's basically this.
He's like a corpse, essentially. He kind of has that quality.
He has like a hood, I believe.
Yeah.
You never really get to see his face, and he leads them. He helps them get to the Raven.
Yes, exactly.
So he's tied into that story in the books, which is why I think.
And I think he's working. I think doesn't he work? He works basically with the Three-Eyed Raven, doesn't he? Does he say that? I'm sorry if I'm not remembering this.
I don't
right.
remember him talking. If he talked, I don't remember.
He talks. I'm pretty sure he talks.
Okay.
He talks. That's why I was like, because he's like kind of an interesting character. Because it's like, wow, is he a white? And if he is, then how is he talking?
Yeah, maybe the Raven helped cure him from that, or maybe
perhaps, or the children of the forest.
Maybe Children of the Forest was there as he was being turned.
If they can make the whites like how they did with the Night King, who's to say that they can't also like continue that kind of magic and add other like attributes like speech and things like that?
Maybe.
I don't know.
If they introduce him, I think they're gonna introduce Lady Stoneheart because she's like the same kind of thing, right?
No. She's
Definitely
much
not.
different.
She's like a white who's sentient.
No, she's more like she's brought back by the Red God. Like Thoros, she's brought back there, and but she's completely different than like how Beric or like Jon Snow is. She is like
because her throat is slit.
I thought
she was like trapped in the river because she was tossed into the
bloated
water.
Corpse for
so
a long
she's
time.
so she's all like decayed and
not a white.
And
she wasn't like Jon, where his beautiful dead body is laid out
naked and hairless.
She was hairy and bloated.
Yeah, huge bush, and basically she doesn't even. Her mission is basically to find anyone associated with the Red Wedding and execute them. But it doesn't even matter like if they were actually associated with the Red Wedding. You're guilty by associating with like anyone who may have associated with anyone else at the Red Wedding. Mm-hmm. So it's more of just like, we caught them, you kill them. She judges you, but you die always, it seems like.
I don't know, because Brienne was part of that storyline in the book for a bit. And
yes.
So, I mean, it'd be cool if they can tie back somehow, but then you have to try and reintroduce Thoros Amir and that whole group again. And if they do,
to the Riverlands, that's why I thought that.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
and hopefully
they may come across that. Maybe. Oh no, Gendry. We talked about that. He's
because apparently the Blackfish is alive. That's cool.
Oh, I wanted to ask you guys about that. I thought he died for some reason.
No, they didn't show him dying.
I think in the book, doesn't
you
he
didn't
die?
know what happened.
I thought
to
he
him.
was dead.
Maybe
that was the book.
Well, at least in the show, you didn't know what happened to him.
Gotcha.
But that'll be cool if they can tie it back to Thoros Amir and that whole group, and then you can do that other theory where the Hound joined that group.
Ooh.
And then you can get to like more that Clegane Bowl idea and do something cool like that.
Everything's lining up.
Yeah.
Yep. Bend over.
There's a way to
everybody.
do it.
Here it comes.
You got to twist and weave it.
Get the Vaseline out.
Oh,
Get ready.
Oh my. Oh God. That's the icy hot. No.
Made a mistake.
This is going completely awry.
It's been gay.
This is gonna be a fun night. Ah!
Having a good time. Having a good.
Turn that music off.
Oh man.
What do you always have that music queued up right to that part? It's weird.
So, well,
Let's talk about this.
Oh, I think we've covered the big part. Now let's go.
I mean, we'll definitely.
Arya's fighting the waif here.
Well, we got to talk about the Littlefinger and
Alright,
Sansa
pause
first.
it then.
But
Pause it.
we'll get back to the. We'll definitely have more to say about whites in the north. Stick around.
That's called a teaser, folks, on something you can just fast forward through.
I know we already talked for half an hour about the most important part of the show. But yeah, Littlefinger, he's back, and
Littler than ever.
yeah, this is actually an instance. It's interesting. They always with Varys and Littlefinger, they always tie them in, and so there's an episode where both Varys and Littlefinger have these moments where someone's like putting them in their place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're caught off guard.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
that.
he was caught
Not
off
on their
guard.
game.
Minor miscalculation, Littlefinger.
Yeah.
You could have got fucked over.
Also, how could you expect Sansa to be like standing up for herself?
Yeah.
She's never done it before.
That's
She's
what
just
he
a
wasn't
pawn.
counting on.
So
it.
yeah.
In fact, he was
Also,
probably
Brienne. He wasn't counting on Brienne being.
he was probably hoping that Ramsay broke her somehow, and just some guy who felt bad for her like helped her escape to the wall, and that she was just this weak figure. But no, man,
Because there's no way in the world he could have planned that she would escape.
Right. He
Ramsay.
didn't. Yeah,
There's no way he could.
That wasn't part of the plan.
Yeah.
She was supposed to be there.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So now he's like, all right.
And he rescues her or something.
Yeah. So
Some
now he's gonna like
bullshit like
save
that.
some face, and like try and spin it another way. Spin doctor it.
Yeah, I like seeing him put in his place. Oh, an interesting thing online. Remember the Royce guy?
Yes.
Did you know that the guy at the very beginning of the show who gets killed by the whites?
Oh.
That very first guy.
Oh, that's his son?
That's his son.
Oh yeah, Waymer Royce or
Royce. Yeah.
no? Or what's that guy's name? Something with a W, I thought. Or wait, which one? Or is Waymer Royce the guy who's the father that we're talking about?
No.
I forget.
There is a son that died. I saw that too. That was like.
Yeah, but what's his?
Yeah, there was
name?
all
I'll
chips,
chip
and there was another
review.
connect. He made the connection there. I was like, oh, that's interesting. It was just a little detail that I was like, oh,
Very cool.
yeah.
I wonder what he did to go to the wall. My son is a rapist,
Oh god, something that kid.
carrying on the glory of the Royce name.
Moon door? Oh, how about the wall instead of the moon door? Fine. I'm gonna play with my birds.
Where's my tit? It's on the
Oh.
sucky. Good lord.
So it's good to
You're
see
16.
Brienne backing up Sansa there. Sansa has a pretty good speech about like what Ramsay. She doesn't say what Ramsay did. I don't want to
Well,
know
it's
what Ramsay
clear.
did.
Yeah, you tell
It's
us what
clear.
you did.
It's horrible, whatever
or
it
he
was.
did.
You get the picture.
Yeah, and
And well, we did see what he did. He raped her. We saw that.
yeah, but she,
Theon watched.
no, but she says that, but it sounds like he did even more weird
Oh,
stuff.
maybe that we didn't see behind the
Yes,
scenes.
maybe like some sort of bruise, cutting,
He
something.
made her play
know-
Mom Monopoly for like 8 hours.
Monopoly?
Monopoly.
Oh, I was like, is there some special crazy
That's the
rapey
Mother's Day
Monopoly?
Mother's Day version of Monopoly.
Mom Monopoly.
Right now, Hasbro or Parker Brothers gonna steal that idea and make millions.
You know what?
Listen, I'm starting with Boardwalk. Let's go.
Ramsay rules.
and I start with 3 hotels to begin with.
I get Boardwalk
Ramsay,
and
that's not
Park
fair
Place.
at all. It's my game. Me.
Off with his dick.
And Theon's like, what? You already took it. I'm sure there's a little bit left.
I bet some of it grew back.
That's how it works, right? You're like a starfish. I watch channels about documentaries.
How do I even know what these words mean?
I know how those Greyjoys grow them.
They're like octopus tentacles.
Yeah,
Drowned
octopuses.
God my ass.
Yeah, do octopuses regenerate? Or is that only,
I think
Greyjoy
so.
penis.
I think so.
do they?
Ooh, that sound. Sounds like it went.
Penis
It sounded
going
like
back.
it got sucked up instead of coming out. Would have been a coming out penis sound.
Okay, well, that was a good scene with Sansa, but then Littlefinger ties it all together again. I guess his last thing is to tell her, hey, by the way, Blackfish, he's in the river.
See, now is that
Yeah.
bullshit? That's the thing.
Oh, maybe it's bullshit.
Because I was
it
like, I
is.
can't remember if he's alive or dead. Maybe this is bullshit.
It could be.
I think he's trying. He's playing the game, man. He's not. He's on his own side, and so he's just putting in that final little
Team
tidbit.
finger.
Tidbit of like, hey, by the way, if the Blackfish helps you out and this works out, just remember who gave you that little clue.
Yeah. Remember
You know.
your uncle
He knows what he's doing.
Peter? What's his real name?
Baelish.
Baelish? Peter Baelish. Yeah, Petyr Baelish. Yeah, right. Peter?
No, I don't know.
Isn't it Petyr Baelish?
Petyr Baelish, yeah.
That's the Blackfish?
Suddenly, Peter sounded super weird to me. Is the name? It's
Baelish.
Kevin. That's right.
Didn't he have another name too?
Yeah, Littlefinger.
No, I mean, wasn't there a third name? I seem to remember a third name from the book. Or am I just thinking of a derogatory nickname Varys called him once?
Oh, I don't know. Money grubber or whore master or something? I don't know.
Yeah,
Master
maybe.
of coin.
All right, well, on to the next scene.
Is that what Arya, right?
Yeah, Arya's doing her...
She thinks she's
More
hot shit
training.
now, Arya. But this
Yeah.
waif is still showing her what's what.
The waif's got fucking moves, man.
Now, what I like
I
about
thought
this
that was a really cool fight scene.
is that they're going to give her this job where she has to poison someone.
Yes.
And what's
The
interesting...
mummer.
Yeah, what's interesting is the actress that she's going to kill was the actress who was playing Cersei in the play, right?
Yes.
Which was, I
Yes.
think, a test on their part to see if that affects her. Because remember, she had the list, and Cersei was on her kill list, and they want to see, like...
And she was getting pissed off
Right.
because her dad was being...
Portrayed like a dum-dum.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
I know, I was waiting for her to explode, but she held it in.
Yes. Sort of.
Well, she was just reliving that moment all over again.
I mean, a
Just
faceless
watching her
man
portrayed
could
as
have
a
been right
farce.
next to her watching her cry.
She was even perched up. She was even perched
For
up
all
a
we
little
know.
bit.
Yeah, she had a good seat.
It could have been. It could have been the waif and Jockio, whatever his name is, right next to her, just staring.
Could have been. Could have been.
with fat people faces on.
Probably. Yeah, these people can just change their
They
face
could have been the
constantly.
actors.
No matter.
It could be anybody. Who knows?
It might be. It might be all part of the test.
What do you think about like the lore of the House of the Faceless Men? With they're talking about the god, the first one.
Oh yeah, like the first faceless man is the one who founded Braavos.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was interesting.
and I didn't even realize. Maybe I did it, but I had like last season, but then I forgot about it. That all these faces that are in this hall are like victims, because he says if Arya, like this is Arya's getting a second chance, but there are no third chances.
Right.
So you don't do this. There will be a new face in here. It's either going to be like implying. That's where I thought, oh, okay. So like the victim's face is actually, or I guess do they get the body? And then, like when you see them cleaning the bodies, is that because they're actually taking the face?
Maybe.
Or is it like a magic that?
I think it's a magic that any face that's in these pillar things.
Yeah. Or that's killed in the name of this place.
Again,
I don't know.
I think they
the
take
magic
faces.
isn't explained, and you just want to know more about it.
But
I think this.
I'm
whole-
not sure about Arya's haircut here. I'm sorry, boss. I didn't
Yeah.
mean-
With the little braids.
It's an important point,
No,
though.
keep going. I like the haircut.
No, every time
I
she
hate
goes-
it.
Every time she goes out in public, it's just weird.
It's the naughty,
Haircut?
Yeah.
it's not a good look on her head.
It's like trying to be Princess Leia, but you never saw the movie.
Yeah. And all I think is oysters, clams, and cockles.
Yes.
And it has such a weird sound when she shouted it. I thought that the props at the time were very good. I thought this was a well done production, this play.
Right.
And I thought that Tyrion, the actor that played the Tyrion character, looked more like how Tyrion should have looked than Peter Dinklage.
Really?
Yeah, because his scar looked like nasty. Because Tyrion in the book is like he has no nose. His nose is gone.
Well,
He's
yeah.
like completely disfigured.
He looks heinous.
Yeah,
But
and
want
in the
you
show,
want a handsome dwarf.
in the show, you can barely tell that anything happened. That kind of annoys me.
it's not that bad. All right, should we fast forward this?
I was
since-
gonna say. I think.
Let me see. I got to see the wart dick.
I feel like.
Okay, so
Arya-
Dexter, when he
You
was
fast
watching.
forward to that part.
Hold on. I feel like Arya.
Gross.
I don't think she's ever gonna become a faceless person. I think she's gonna fail and be on the run. I think that's what's
Well,
gonna
that there's a
happen.
reason they sent her to this exact play because they knew what the story was going to be, and they're trying to trigger her. They're doing a little microaggression towards Arya.
Right.
You know.
Because I don't think she ever becomes. She's not gonna become one of them.
You got to check
gonna
your what's that called? Check your privilege.
Yeah.
She's gonna
I
probably
don't know what
be.
any of these terms. mean.
She's probably gonna be hunted by them.
I want that fart machine that they had.
Can you imagine if Arya just reaches a point where like she takes out all the faceless men?
No
Oh my
way.
God.
Fucking no way.
That would be insane.
Like a Dark Brotherhood assassin, a purge.
Yes,
Yes,
exactly like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Or she go. Yeah, that's what happened in Oblivion. You go back and
I forget what they call it.
it's like a time for the Dark Brotherhood to like reassign everything. Someone on the inside is against
Yeah,
them,
there's a
and
there's a
someone thinks
mole,
they know who it is,
and they don't know who it is, so they have to kill everybody.
Yeah, but then the person wasn't it the person who?
It was one of the higher ups.
Yeah, yeah.
That was the problem. They killed all the lower people.
It's a good story.
It is awesome.
We never got to that in our Let's Play. We'll go back.
We didn't get very far at all. I want to see...
Yeah, this is what they did. They showed a full frontal, disgusting, gross penis, and then they showed a woman's breasts, I guess.
Well, they showed a woman's breast, then the penis, then breasts again.
Oh, okay.
Because you'll see breasts here.
That's right.
Out of nowhere. I was, like, shocked. Because I was like, whoa. I just wasn't expecting...
There were children
the
here.
The actress that played Sansa to have her shirt ripped open out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh.
See? Right there.
That's a weird penis.
Well, it's not circumcised.
All right. So...
Let's not go down this road. Oh, you don't see the warts.
Yeah, Arya's backstage, and she's spying on this actress, and she finds out that she drinks rum exclusively.
Ooh.
No one else drinks rum.
I don't know why.
Well, she has dark hair. I imagine she's from Dorne or some part of...
North of the Wall?
Some part of Essos.
North of the Wall. That's rum country.
I just want to know how she got backstage. Did they just let any kid just go back there?
I think she just snuck in, and then they just assumed she was like a stagehand.
Yeah.
Because the one guy tosses his costume to her.
Oh, okay.
And like barks an order. And
right,
she's
and
like,
she's had experience with being just like a servant before with Tywin.
Yeah,
and
so she
stuff.
just kind of blends in.
Okay.
And then Jacquio's like, why are you asking so many goddamn fucking questions?
Yeah.
Who gives a shit about this victim? Just
You're
kill
a
her.
servant.
Yeah. You serve. A servant doesn't ask questions.
That's
you
right.
just serve.
Yeah. Who are you? Are you Stark?
Like Jacquio's always got this like smug little
Yeah,
smirk.
he is
He's like,
smug.
He's like,
It's like
"God,
Cersei.
It's fantastic to know so much more than you. You have no
clean my
idea how
dead
good
bodies."
it feels.
You know, you've been here
Yeah.
for a lot longer than me. You have to be a jerk about it.
But it feels so
I
good.
wonder what his daily, weekly routine is.
Cleans
Gets
the
up,
bodies.
takes a dump,
30 murders.
has a long walk.
What do you really think of
Again, though,
murders?
you guys are forgetting, like, that's no one. That's just a guy who has Jaqen's face on at that time. You
know.
can assume
But
it's
But
that
it's
guy.
not a different person every time.
It
There's
might not be,
Maybe it is.
but I like to think that they all kind of
I think it's the same
Jarrett?
person.
they all
I think
kind of
it's the same
talk together. They all
I think it's the same person. I don't think that's his original face.
right.
But I think it's the same guy. He still has to go to sleep and wake up
Yeah.
and
I
do
don't think
something
so.
and
Have
eat
a
breakfast or
routine.
something. Does he wake up, have a cup of coffee? He's like, oh, do not. A girl must not talk to me before I've had my coffee.
Did you notice how the face on the tree?
Bleeding.
No, looked basically exactly like the Raven.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
See, now that's interesting because, too, in the book, when Bran is first starting to do this, my impression of the text was, and my impression of what I was reading was that Bran is seeing things only through the weirwood trees. So, like, the face on the tree is his gateway into seeing what's happening. Because I think he sees Eddard, like, sharpening ice, cleaning the sword.
Yes.
Like, after
Also, he can only see
issuing
through
justice.
other trees.
That's what I mean, yeah. So only
I
the
gotcha.
weirwood trees, that's all he can see through.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So I
Take a
think
look
that's
here,
why
boss.
they made that kind of connection.
Oh, that's weird. I thought they panned out a little bit more.
You saw his face.
You saw his
before
face
that.
before, though, and it did
Oh,
look
okay.
like the guy.
So let me just see this real quick, because this went by really quick. You made the White
It
Walkers.
was the
was
same
quick.
one. It was the
We
same
were
one,
at war. We were being slaughtered. We need to defend ourselves. Okay, I kind of wish that
too. See,
she went into a little bit more in depth there.
what I don't understand is that so the first men came over, and I know, like, in the lore, there's like they talk about that. The first men started to destroy everything, and she talks about men were cutting down the sacred trees, and so that's why they created the wights, the White Walkers, whatever, the Night King, so that they could help, as a way of protecting themselves. But then what happened because the men instead adopted the ways of the children of the forest. And
Yes.
I thought it was like they worked with the children to stop the Night King. So maybe the children were like, all right, well, the men are changing their tune here. We've kind of reached an armistice of some kind, or an agreement, or a treaty, whatever. And now we've got a problem. We've kind of created a monster, and now we need your help.
Yeah, I think the men were coming. They were basically savages, and they were killing off. They were pushing, because I think when Westeros was first, it was just children of the forest and giants. So they pushed the giants back, and
Yeah.
killing the children of the forest. Then
And
they created the White
yeah.
Walkers.
And I wonder at what point did the first men suddenly say, hey,
Yeah,
I like this tree religion.
I need to do some
I
extensive
don't know.
research.
I know. I need to look back into it.
HBO had that those hour-long things
Narrated by the actors, right?
Yeah. They did a whole one on the whole.
Well,
thing.
they use all that. They use all kinds of crazy magic. They flooded what is that?
They cracked like the bridge, that land bridge,
and they flooded where Howland Reed from. Where's that?
The Reach.
Yeah, the Reach. They flooded the Reach. So I mean, if they're doing all these crazy things, maybe you'll start believing in their gods.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
No, perhaps you're right.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I don't even know of anything. I'm trying to find any information. That's a good idea.
I'm intrigued about the.
No, and you think
Isle.
about you have so many people, so many years passing. Like sooner or later, you're just going to develop this kind of religion. Some people are going to follow it. And
true.
even when the show starts, those are the old gods that just not everyone follows.
What's going on
pause this real quick.
What's going on with the Isle of Faces? Because I read about
The Isle of Faces.
The green men live there. Are they children of the forest? They ride elks and shit, and there's like foggy there. You never see them.
It's this little island right south of Harrenhal, in the middle of a lake. It looks like. Let's see. It's a sacred island in the middle of the lake called the God's Eye, located in the southeastern Riverlands. It's one of the few known locations of weirwoods in the south of Westeros, with most others having been cut down and burned. Oh, so maybe it's just where weirwoods are at its most southern point. God, it hurts.
But the green men live there.
Well, they do. Is that like you mean?
That's what it says.
Like the
green
Reeds?
Men.
Like
no,
Jojen
it says
Reeds?
green men.
Oh, because they're green seers.
I don't know. It says green.
Well,
men.
if there's weirwoods there, I would imagine they're green seers.
Because do the Reeds, like Jojen Reed, because he's a green seer, do they believe in the old gods? There's some kind of like special connection with them.
All right. With the signing of the Order of the Green Men was formed to tend to the last remaining weirwoods in the south. That's what the Green Men do.
But they might not be men.
Maybe they're children of the forest.
Or maybe
they're frogs.
No, I guess they have to be
Maybe
men.
it's
Aren't
Kermit.
all the children women?
Oh, we have to take care of all these weirwoods.
Are all the children female?
I don't think they have a gender.
I think they're plants.
They're just like dryads, but they look female.
If you could call that female, I guess.
They look female.
They do look
Vaguely.
feminine, yeah.
You tell me no
that one
man has
child-
ever tried to fuck a child.
No, I think they picked petite female actors just to make them look more childlike.
Right.
But I think what they're going for is that they kind of look sexless, but children, if that makes sense.
Why are you trying to sexualize the children?
I'm just
Come on,
saying
boss.
they look like they're female, so the green men.
I just really wanna
must
put my
not
dick
be
in it.
Children.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Tell me no one's tried to bang these broads?
All right, Kingsmoot.
Yeah. No, we're gonna learn more. We better learn more about Children of the Forest.
Yeah,
and all
or
this
else.
stuff. Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah. All right. So the Kingsmoot, I had a problem with this scene. I did not like this scene. In the books, I love this scene. I thought they all had great speeches in the books. Everyone has interesting things to say. A lot of interesting characters.
Drama.
Yeah. Yara has a really good speech. In the show,
She does.
She has
Asha has like a good speech. You think like,
Yeah.
hey, that's it. It's over. And then Euron Greyjoy comes out and everybody's like, holy fuck, it's Euron Greyjoy.
Yeah.
And he's got his eye patch and his crow's eye, which has mystical powers maybe. And he rides a ship called the Silence, which is crewed by mutes because he ripped all their tongues out. And he's been all over the world and he knows all kinds of magical dark secrets and everything, and he plops down a bunch of treasure and he's like, hey, I'm gonna go fuck Daenerys Targaryen in his submission and we're gonna rule the world. And then they're all like, yeah.
see,
Instead, this hillbilly comes out of nowhere with his shit beard and he's like, I killed the king. And they're like, okay, I'm fine with that, we'll follow you. Good, where's my niece and nephew? Let's murder them.
Yeah,
He's
first-
wringing his hands.
now I understand
The fuck?
the people of the Iron Isles are kind of they're Dothraki-ish in that like the most powerful, brutal guy is kind of in charge, and they're all kind of a little dumb. But this I felt just didn't make sense to me. It reminded me almost like a Sand Snake plot, where that just confused me. Yeah. By the way, I killed your king. Thank God I did. Am I right? Well, I guess he's right about that.
Plus,
Why?
he's right about Theon not having a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. He doesn't have a dick. Well, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
I like dick jokes.
See, and I thought Theon would be detrimental to her campaign. Should have thrown him overboard with your dad.
If I was her, I would have just attacked this guy.
Yeah, and so then
Why did you just attack Euron?
even the drowning scene,
The Iron Price.
I felt was nothing like how I envisioned in the book, and now it made me confused. Did I read that wrong?
I thought that damp hair resuscitates them, and if he can't, well, then the drowned god has claimed them.
Yeah.
But if he does, then they're like, oh, okay, good. They've been baptized, and what is dead may never die.
I really got a sense
he just lays. How does he?
I thought there was some magic involved, something mystical, like, ooh, this is interesting. Yes. But in the show, it just seems like you literally just drown the guy till he passes out, and you just throw him down, and without just hope he can cough up the water.
If he coughs it up on his own, then
to which
he's
tells
done
me, no wonder these kings all suck, because they all get brain damage every time they become king.
Yeah.
So is that what the show's trying to say?
Although Euron, see, this is the other thing. Wouldn't all of like the king's children, right? Like Balon's father, and then like Euron Greyjoy is the next oldest after Balon. So wouldn't their father, wouldn't they already have been like baptized in this way? Wouldn't this already have been done?
Now I don't know what to think.
I would have thought, like, why are they doing this now? I would have thought that this is a rite of passage that kind of everybody goes through, like a bar mitzvah almost. Well, you're 14. That's time for the drowning. You know what I mean? Or like a bar mitzvah, or like a confirmation, or that kind of thing. Yeah. I was like, wait, what? Why are they doing this now? I don't know. I don't remember if that happened in the book or not. And then while that's happening, Theon and Yara, I guess they have a group that is loyal to them, and they steal a shitload of boats.
Very easily,
the best boats.
Yeah, very easily stole the best boats, and just they're going somewhere.
And no one paid any attention to them.
Yeah.
Well, I think she's like
and
a
look
captain.
How many people there are.
She's like a captain of like some ship.
So she has her
like
crew.
Her men, yeah,
she has her loyal crew. You're right. Absolutely.
And I'm assuming the crew is already on the ships, so they're just ready to go at a moment.
And she might have spread them out and say, no, you're going to take this, and this ship.
Okay,
and then,
that's what it looks like.
The best ones, okay.
There was a quick shot there that showed a wider shot of it. Now, I did like the montage with the music. Mm-hmm. I thought that saved it a little bit. But even afterwards, I was like, oh, it's still, I didn't like it.
Like I said, one of the things that really bothered me was when Euron, he coughs up the water, and then he's like, where are my niece and nephew? Let's murder them.
Yeah, it was like,
I want to murder them. I was like, that was fucking corny. Like, is it, they're kind of overdoing it in a bad way here. It's like at the end of
Fellowship of the Ring, where everyone's like, let's hunt some orcs.
Yeah, let's hunt some orcs.
Yes!
Yeah, it was weird.
That's all I have to say about that.
I'm not a smart man. Euron was my best good friend.
Oh, and also Euron goes like, cut down all the trees. We're gonna fucking
what trees? I don't see any trees in these scenes.
Sir, the trees just sailed away.
Yes.
Also, that's the crown that they wear. It's like a couple of sticks.
It's like bones. I think.
I didn't. Oh, is it?
Or maybe it is.
No, it's
sticks.
driftwood.
It's
driftwood. I don't remember. Balon never wore that fucking thing.
Oh, then that's right. Then it leads to the next scene that I didn't like, which was Daenerys. The back and forth was so confusing. It's like, So Jorah finally says, "Oh, I love you, Daenerys." He just comes out and says that finally. Then Daenerys is like, you left me twice. You came back twice.
Saved my life.
Okay, I'm gonna go now, Daenerys. And she's like, No, you're not. I order you to go and find the cure.
Oh yeah, because he reveals that he's got the
And I almost thought like Jorah would be like, she's ordering me to stay. She doesn't care about the thing. Oh, I'm still leaving.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Right. No, he was like trying to play it where like, oh, I understand. I'll go now, and he's kind of like looking like, and then he's like, no, and he's like, yes, I'm back in. I order you to go and then find a cure to an incurable disease, then return.
Like, I thought the actor for Jorah did great, but Daenerys, I thought the acting wasn't too good.
No, I find most of her scenes are stupid, except for a few.
Where she's topless.
Dexter
on Game of Thrones.
Those I don't mind. And then that was it, right? For her, nothing really happened, right?
So you think
it's basically go find a cure, and then they cut to
Tyrion
with that red woman. So I'm almost thinking, is the red woman going to be able to find a cure?
No, he's fucked.
I don't think so.
He's fucked. Is he going to find a cure? What do you think? Predictions?
Also in the book, it's
This guy,
Tyrion
the
who has
man-
it, right?
A man
That's
who...
what we talked about. I thought so.
Yeah,
Listen,
so I'm really interested to read these books to see how much they're going to change.
He can't touch anybody without giving them grayscale. He's going to find a cure. How's he going to trade things? People aren't going to try to kill him and run away if
Someone
they
has
see
never
it.
heard of full-body latex suits,
Yeah.
boss.
Right. Get a clue.
Well, to put the latex suit on, you have to touch it somewhere, so...
And also invent
But
latex.
that's their problem. Why the fuck should he care?
Well, he starts spreading it around, they're going to be
So
like,
what?
hey, it was that guy.
Well, yeah, it was me. Whatever. See you, losers.
So how is he supposed to find a cure? He can't even...
Well, they don't have to know.
Intermingle with
they
society.
won't know.
Yeah,
He covers it
He's
up.
just going to spread a
Basically-
fucking... He's going to spread a plague. That's my new prediction.
A plague.
No, he's
A plague upon your houses.
He's going to start a new plague, and he's going to fuck everything over.
Well, he's got to act quickly because if it does spread and it's visible at any point, you can't cover it up. They're gonna be like, "I'm not fucking going anywhere near you."
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
A plague on both your houses, Khaleesi. And then that Tyrion scene was interesting with Varys.
Well, they bring in a new red woman because I
Yes.
guess they like, oh shit, the other one is not confident anymore. She stopped being super hot. Now she's
Yeah.
just regular hot. We need a super hot, super confident woman now.
Yes, who reads minds.
So, Dexter, what's going on in Meereen, huh?
Well, there seems to be some peace now that Tyrion struck that deal with the slave masters.
Striking
that's right, yeah.
deals.
Yeah. And
Diplomacy.
they're meeting with...
All right, Rob Schneider.
Hot shit. Basically, it's clear now because the Harpies or whatever, Sons of the Harpy, there hasn't been any sign of them committing any crime. So they're like, all right, plan worked. But now they've got to...
Making harpies.
So now they have to... they want... What are they doing? They're bringing in the Red Priestess to do
They
something
need to
good?
spread the word of Daenerys.
Oh, yes.
And this new religion is catching wind. As you see in
Yeah.
the city, people are talking, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So her priests are going to go out there.
They think that
and
she's
say,
Azor Ahai, so they want to
Yeah,
spread it.
Daenerys,
Yes.
she is the chosen one.
Yes.
Varys, dubious of the supernatural, starts to interject, and it says, hey, Melisandre, she believed in Stannis, and I just heard that guy might have been killed by a big woman in the forest.
If you know what I mean.
My little birds
That's how we all
everywhere.
want to go out, right, fellas?
Snoo. That's what Tormund wants.
Snoo. Yeah, but he, like you said, he is dubious, does not care for religious sort of hocus pocus.
And she
But
puts
then
him in
she
his place.
calls out this his vasectomy, I guess, to be kind.
Vasectomy?
It's castration.
Vasectomy.
I couldn't think of the word.
Vasectomy.
Vasectomy.
So this chick, does she outrank the Red Woman?
I think she's like the Pope.
Yeah, I think she is. That's
Yeah.
what I would thought.
Yeah.
It's
She
like
sends
first
out her
She gets
priestess.
quite an introduction.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think she's like the main priestess.
They're not going to send a little known priestess to meet like
Slouch.
Daenerys.
Yeah. But then what was crazy was that she's talking to Varys, and Varys is very off-put by what she's saying. And it was like, how does she know that I am a
wasn't-
eunuch? And then I thought,
Wasn't he
was
castrated?
she the one
No.
that
because
castrated
it
him?
happened
Was
when
she
he was-
involved?
It happened when he was a little kid.
Yeah, but she could be like 300 years old.
That's right. I completely forgot. That, yeah.
And because
you never know.
she's specifically saying like, oh yeah, do you remember? Because his cock and balls were cut off to
you
serve
remember the
like a
voice?
ritualistic purpose. And do you remember what the voice said as they went into the flame and all that stuff? Should I tell you? And then he's like, so I thought it was like, oh my god, it was her in
I think
some
you're right.
form. And he's like, oh fuck
I
you.
did not make that connection.
I
think
thought
you're right.
she was just reading his mind. I didn't think of that.
Oh, okay. Simpler explanation.
More plausible. Well, it's
No,
just as plausible, to be honest.
I like that Varys
But,
now has to be working with the women who castrated him. I hope that's what it is.
But I think that she may have looked not even like how she looks now. May have looked like a man, or just completely different. Right, exactly. Urukai. Their armor is thick and their shields broad.
I smell dick flesh.
Sacrifice it.
Bum, bum, bum,
What is it? What do you smell? Dick flesh.
Bum, 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 bum.
Send out your dick cutters.
All right, so now it's only a matter of time before she gets topless. Moving on to...
Honestly,
can't wait.
I was shocked that she didn't stroll up the steps taking her top off. Because if you want to be a Red Priestess, you got to be hot and you gotta be naked.
Classy.
I think that's what they say when they're casting people as Red Priestess.
D&D.
That's why I imagine the producer. If you want a guy, he's like hungover and a little bit coked up, and he's got sunglasses on, and his hair is musty. He's drinking like tomato juice or a Bloody Mary.
His hand shaking.
Yeah, and he's like, look, there's a couple of qualifications if you want to be a Red Priestess, all right, gals? First of all, you gotta be hot. And second, you gotta be naked.
And you gotta be in the bloody budget.
All right, now why don't you try it out for us? Why don't you audition for us a little bit, huh?
Everyone leave the room.
Yeah.
Except you.
Give us the room, huh? Yeah, now why don't you start to pretend I'm a convert, okay?
D.B. Weiss?
I want you to convince me. This guy's crazy.
Isn't there one of the guy, what? No, they both show up in interviews, right?
Yeah, they both do. What's it? David Benioff and D.B. Weiss. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
They both do.
No, I was thinking of Peter Jackson and his wife. She never.
Fran Walsh, right?
Fran Walsh,
yeah, she never. No, Philippa Boyens is the one that.
Yeah, she's the one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Now she's too shy. I don't want to be on the TV camera, Peter.
Well, you need a face. Peter Jackson's the right face to have for the public. Surprisingly.
Peter Jackson, the right face. Vote for me. It was so weird when he lost all that weight.
Yeah, my brother says like he lost the weight, something happened in his brain, and he turned into a James Cameron type.
Yeah, because when he lost the weight, the movies got worse. That was a poorly constructed sentence.
What's the last movie he made?
The Hobbit.
Was he making anything next?
I don't know. We'll see. Before that, it was The Lovely Bones.
I'm telling you, man, those Hobbit films are like a blur. I had forgotten that.
It's a shame because they're awful.
Yeah, and I had forgotten there were 3 of them.
Yeah, there's like 12 hours of Hobbit. It's
like,
too much.
No, that's right.
The best part about those was what they got right was the riddles in the dark. That was
good. Yeah,
that's like I could just watch that and be satisfied. I don't need anything else from the Hobbit.
Anything with Andy Serkis, it's going to be some quality there.
Well, he did direct a lot of the parts. He was one of the directors, the unit directors.
Well, all those films they have like 50 directors because it's basically.
But I feel like Andy Serkis was like probably had more input than other ones would have had.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Because they're filming out in the wilderness in New Zealand, and it's basically they all say like it feels like a student film. It's just like whoever takes control,
all hands on deck,
and can just make things happen. Like that's the person, and everyone takes credit for it. It's just. You got to film.
I also feel like I love Andy Serkis. I bet he's a little bit crazy.
You think? I think you have to be a little bit crazy. I think
he's just like I'd be like when you first meet him, you're like, oh yeah, like super nice guy, really cool, smart, talented, and then like when you work with him a little bit or you spend more time with him, you're like, he's a bit crazy. He makes me a little bit nervous.
I never acted before, but I guarantee
not an actor. Oxnard, you're not an actor.
Not an actor, but I guarantee if like. When you're first going into acting and then you be like a good actor, a guy who can just become something like in a split second.
Oh yeah.
And you're not used to that, you could definitely feel like, whoa, this guy might be a little nuts.
Especially like if you go like physical, he seems very physical.
Yeah.
And that's why like some of those great actors, like when you like Ian McKellen, for example. Like and like people like Tom Hanks or like I was just watching something.
He just tweeted the trailer because they're making Beauty and the Beast a live action one.
Oh God!
But he's the voice. I think he's the voice of the clock guy.
Okay.
I think I recognize his voice in the trailer.
Not the candelabra.
No, that was another guy who sounded like he was trying to be French, and I was like, this doesn't.
Well, you know who Jerry Orbach was the original candelabra. He's the guy from Law and Order, and he's Baby's dad in Dirty Dancing.
Oh,
he's not French. Definitely not French.
Bonjour. S'il vous plaît.
He's like
Je m'appelle.
He's like a Larry. What's his name? Larry King. He has Larry King posture. He's dead now. He had Larry King posture and like that kind of like New York kind of old guy. But those actors like they can just like Derek Jacobi was another one. I was just watching something with him in it. He was like a Shakespearean actor, a British guy. They just seem to be able to just go in and just. Without even thinking, just go and be brilliant.
What kind of actor do you think you would be? Would you be method actor or the guy who can get into it?
No, I like to. If I thought about it, I'd be terrible probably, but I think I would be more actor. Of like I'd have to be more of a method actor, like really try and think. Because whenever we've played like characters and stuff like that, I really have to like.
Be in their head.
Just say like act like truly try and act how that character would be. If I say like this character, no matter how stupid they are, but like this guy's an idiot, he's obsessed with whatever, and this is how he would react, and that's how I have to like commit to that.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So,
Nitpick away.
boss is a nitpick with Bran's scene when he's walking through the White Walker army, and then he gets marked. Look at all the snow landing on him. What's that about? Isn't he ethereal? How does the snow interact with Bran?
Or is he interacting with the snow?
Well, that's not...
I mean,
Well,
that
why is
a
well,
huge
the wind is
nitpick.
blowing through his hair.
If you really want to
That's
nitpick,
a real big nitpick. You're
I'm
right.
just saying, I like to throw one in
you know
there.
what though? I did
throw it
think
in there.
about that last night because I was like, now is Bran leaving footprints in the snow?
Ooh, there you go.
Nitpick.
my nitpick
No, I'm
is
fine with that though.
the Night King grabbed him over his shirt.
Oh, he did?
That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, he did.
Oh.
But
Should we rewind it?
he's the fucking night king.
Yeah, I could see that.
He's
going
the
through.
night fucking king.
I agree with that nitpick.
He's like
Oxnard, very,
he's colder
very,
than ice.
very astute nitpick, but I think it could go through because he is the fucking shiznit. I have another. I still take issue with this blood
haircut?
with the that too, but with the Blood
Eyebrows?
Raven, the Blood Raven cast change. This guy wasn't around very long. We couldn't just kept the old guy. I don't understand.
Maybe he didn't have like
I
any
understand.
acting chops at all. Like
I thought
like
he was
Oxnard
cool
or
looking.
myself.
I thought he was so
Like
cool
casting
looking.
me and putting old makeup on.
Right.
This guy does not look like a fucking Blood Raven. He looks like a fucking just Roman guy who got caught in there.
Yeah, but Max von Sydow is like
he's
a
fucking
legendary
stupid.
actor.
No way. He doesn't
I'm
look
okay
like a
with
fucking
him.
green seer. Get your
It's like
long
bringing in,
green
like-
seer hair and
No,
weird
I agree.
eyes
They
and
should
beard.
have made him look better. But
Yes.
he's a fantastic actor.
He
And
probably
just
wanted
for,
to
like,
be on
3
there. They asked him and he
episodes.
said yes, and they couldn't believe it. You know, it's like Christopher Lee. You know, he was a very older gentleman.
Yeah.
See, watch.
I think
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
stupid.
I
but-
think it just burns right through though.
But Christopher Lee says yes, I want to be in your thing, even if he's 80. It's like, yeah, get him in there. This guy's a legend. You know.
Guy's fucking he sings death metal songs. This
Yes.
guy sheds the blood of the Saxon men. And then makes Christmas metal.
Jingle bells,
Google that shit. Christopher Lee was fucking what a renaissance man. What a weird thing.
What didn't he do?
It's awesome. And watch the video for that song.
He got laid.
Oh my god, it's
constantly.
so nuts. I shed the blood of the Saxon men.
Oh, back to another sad thing about Hodor. It was sad how like Mira was like getting him excited, like, oh,
Yeah.
remember like eggs and breakfast
yeah.
and delicious foods.
Hodor.
See,
Dead.
that hit me right in the heartstrings. I was
Yes.
like, man, if I'm away
Oh, man,
from like
yeah.
food,
Great. You're getting this guy excited, this huge guy excited about food, and now you're gonna fucking sacrifice him. Hold the door, Hodor. Hold
Mira-
it for me.
Mira didn't know. And
I'm gonna go
Bitch.
get you eggs. I promise I'll come back. Oxnard had to pause
Why
and go
can't
make
she
eggs.
fucking hold the
Had a
door and
5-egg
Hodor
omelet.
run off into the woods?
I thought the actress played Mira. That was like the most screen time and stuff she's done. She also killed a
She's
white.
okay.
Yes, that's right. We didn't
She
talk
threw
about
a
that.
spear.
Through a javelin.
Yeah, obsidian spear. It was a good kill. Now,
Now, when does
where
a
are these guys
spear-
coming from? Because there's always 4 of them, and one of them always dies. And I feel,
I feel like
this
it's the
guy
same
looked
guy,
familiar.
right? Yes, it looked like the
Right?
same dude.
Looked
Yeah.
like the
Wasn't
guy
it
John
the same
killed.
one that
It
John
looked very
killed?
similar. Looked very
I
similar.
think it looks similar, but
Dude,
it was the
no,
same
no,
one.
it looked a lot like
Do you
him.
think like after they die, it's like liquid metal and T2?
Maybe
There's
the
no-
Night King just puts them
Yeah.
back together like Legos.
like Legos, man.
Yeah, you know what? If you can, yeah.
Why can't he?
Yeah, maybe you can. Yeah.
Fuck!
You can't stop these people. No wonder the children of the forest are freaking out.
Hold the door.
With their
Hold
acorn
the front door.
hand grenades, which I still want to know how that works.
I don't get that.
My favorite part of this episode is coming up.
when
Torments.
Davos talks.
No, it's when Tormund smiles at Brienne.
Oh yes.
It's hilarious. What a smile.
So
He just
I love
mind
how
fucks her.
Tormund's like is acting like he's still really creepy, but you would expect that guy to like really be aggressive about it, but he's very coy, but it's interesting.
can I say I wish I looked like fucking Tormund.
Grow your beard
I
out.
would pay.
Yeah,
I
man.
can't grow a beard like that.
Sure you could.
Give yourself a few
way.
years.
Growing it.
No, and like in the cheeks more towards like my mouth. Like I can't connect a goatee, and like it gets like the sideburns on like the strap, like that grows in okay, and around my chin and my mustache grows in very thick. But like all the other parts are very patchy. Could never do it. Could never do it.
You
And
gotta
my
give it
hair
years.
couldn't be. I would look like a fucking idiot. He's got glorious hair.
You gotta give it
does.
years.
Beard is ungodly beautiful. It is a
Godly
bird from
beautiful.
the heavens. It is a yes, that's right. I don't know. It's without words. Words cannot describe him.
All right, so
He's just fucking. He looks like a fucking badass.
Yeah, man.
And but also sweet at the same time because he's
about
just
that.
in love with a giant
He's not
woman.
thinking of anything sweet. There's nothing sweet
No, I
going on in his mind.
what Bran says, and that wildling, that bearded wildling, what did she
Yes.
say? Yeah, so she goes, and that wildling woman,
Wildling fellow.
with the
Wildling
beard.
woman with the beard.
She knows what his name is. See, I think she's just trying to put him. I think she's a little into it.
She likes it.
definitely.
I think she likes it.
Definitely.
Because she's never had this happen before.
No way.
Yeah.
Not like that.
Uh-uh.
Yeah,
Man.
it's gotta
And
be
how
nice.
could you
It's
not be
flattering.
attracted to Tormund?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I'm jealous.
Look at him in the background,
You can see him a
glowing.
mile away. He stands out like a beautiful thumb.
He's like a lighthouse.
I mean, it's amazing.
He stands out
I'll
like
light
a
the
beautiful
largest
thumb.
fire
Thumb,
the
a
North
beautiful
has
thumb.
ever seen. Or I'll just have Tormund stand there.
Yeah, you'll think it's a fire. This guy's
right.
pubes are unreal.
Okay, so there was a scene there with Davos. They were talking about the plan. Sansa lets it be known that
Tormund's like... It's a good thing Tormund's got a lot of, like, skins on. Otherwise his boner would be,
Yes,
like,
it would be.
protruding.
It's like the creepiest look. I wonder how long that actor practiced in the mirror to look like the creepiest fucking...
I don't think he practices at all.
it just comes naturally.
That's his
it?
smile. His amazing smile.
But he had like the eyebrow thing going on.
Tormund is hands down the coolest looking guy in the show.
Oh,
okay?
yeah.
And he may be the coolest character in the show.
Yeah.
Tormund is one of my absolute favorites.
Yeah,
think
and I think you're gonna like him even more with this battle coming up.
And I-
Bastard Gate.
And he's not in the books like this at all.
No.
Right? I don't remember. He's not a major character like this.
No, if I remember,
I think he died, didn't he?
I'm pretty sure he died. Or the speculation was that Mance Rayder switched places with him.
No, I thought that was the Lord of Bones.
Right.
Right?
No, I'm getting confused. Mance Rayder was the one that people thought sent the pink letter.
No, Mance Rayder infiltrates Winterfell.
Right, with his spear wives.
Yeah, and like as a minstrel. But you thought he was burned, but it was actually like he used some kind of, because there's something like magical going on there.
Yeah,
too.
there was a weird term
And,
used for
yeah.
magic.
And oh yeah, and we don't know what's going on with the horn, right? The horn.
Yeah.
Is supposedly
See, in the book still, you're not even sure if Ramsay was the one who sent the pink letter.
Right.
People are speculating that it might have been Mance.
Yeah, it's
I hope the books do diverge quite a bit from the show, just so that you do get...
You know what might happen too? By the time these books come out, the show may be over for quite some time, and I'll
Yeah.
have forgotten.
That's true.
I'll have
It's always
forgotten
gonna be
key
different.
things from the show. Although I don't think I'll ever forget the Hodor, the Hodor scene.
Right.
What were we saying before Tormund was unleashing his
were just-
ungodly charm,
They
his
were just
godly charm?
putting together a plan, and Sansa gives Jon like some skin or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think Ghost is going to survive?
I hope so. I can't take another wolf getting killed.
Oh yeah, me neither. That's sad. Like he's gonna jump. Watch. See?
Oh
man, can you imagine? Can you imagine if he crouches and like pulls his arms back?
What is he doing?
Like
Could it be?
he just starts going. "Ah!" Starts screaming, grunting like he's gonna take a hard shit.
All right. Well, anything else happen in this episode? Anything you want to bring up, or
The White's weapons design is interesting.
They're cool.
it's ice, right? It's just
It's
ice
like
weapons?
at the end, but it's like curved in a. It's like all angles. There's no curve to
Like
it.
a weird axe.
It's like a weird, yeah,
almost look like a scythe, but
like
weird.
no curvature to the blade part. It's just like that hard angle. It's very interesting. And they wear like we've talked about this like kind of pseudo samurai like armor almost.
Which I wonder who makes it, how they make it, what it's made from.
Yeah, man, I gotta know more about these guys.
Do you think during this part Hodor knows what happens?
Good
Do
question.
you think he knows? Because he's when Mira wants him to go, he's kind of like resistant.
So-
Like no.
Here's another time travel kind of question now, because
Hodor panics, and when he panics, I think he loses track of what's going on around him.
Well, so here's my question. So we talked earlier about how Hodor is being warged in the present and also the past simultaneously, right? But does the warged in the past, right? Then when he comes out of that and is just Hodor, right? So now does he live the rest of his life leading up to this point at the weirwood tree, knowing what will happen, or like knowing, or just or wondering why hold the door? Hold the door. What does that mean?
He doesn't know exactly what's going to happen because it happens in the future. He just knows the importance. I have to hold the door, and I never want to forget that.
When he reaches this moment, he's like, "This is it."
Yeah, he hears hold the door, and then it clicks.
Like, I'm fulfilling my destiny now,
and he has to do it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Probably
so fucking sad.
Was it really that confused? I thought it was a little confusing.
No. After we've talked about it, like, I feel like it's clearer.
They could have done, if they had done this wrong, this would have really been like, oh, what the fuck. But I thought they did. I still don't like the time travel stuff too much, but I thought they did it as best they could.
When I was watching it, I wasn't even like, I didn't even have to think. I was just absorbed, and I was just watching what was happening, and I wasn't like, this wouldn't work. How is this working? What's the theory behind it? How is this making any sense? I wasn't trying to compute all of that. It just flowed and worked well in a dramatic way.
Yeah,
and then only like when you try and break it down, anytime you try and break anything like that down, it's you're gonna confuse yourself a little bit. So I think we've kind of like
simplified it to a point where I can make sense of it.
Yeah,
without it bothering me too much. So. I do like how this guy is warging in the tree, the Raven, as all this is going on. There was a little bit of funniness there to me, just completely oblivious.
Oh, sure. But you take a nap.
He's just has no idea what's going on. And see, there's the other thing that Bran's not a jerk. I'm telling you, man. He knows something bad is happening.
Yeah.
He's just acting out. He's just trying to save everyone. He just starts making mistakes.
So it's Mira's fault. She told him to do it.
It's kind of everyone's fault.
Well, what is she supposed to do? That's survival.
He's the one who got marked in the first fucking...
Yeah, what wasn't on purpose?
He's a fucking idiot.
But he's a kid.
Yeah, he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, that guy looks exactly like the one that Jon killed.
Why did that one Children of the Forest try and pierce the armor? She had a clear shot to kill that wight, and she just goes, ugh, right into the thickest part of his armor.
Well, dragon glass is very sharp, like razor sharp. Maybe she thought she can break through it.
I guess she doesn't fight a lot either, probably. Maybe she's rusty.
I was hoping Summer put up a bit more of a fight here.
I know. It was just like, let me just go die. It was pointless.
Yeah, that was a little rushed. I think they didn't want to drag it out either. I think that's why.
Well, they could have had an awesome fight, like taking down a bunch and maybe even take down a wight somehow. Maybe they put obsidian fangs. Didn't we talk about that once? Putting titanium in the Marines put titanium teeth into dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, shut up. Shut up about it. Sick of hearing about it.
I'm sorry I brought that up.
Titanium, obsidian teeth. That'd be cool. I got it.
Well, we'll never know now.
And here's where I think a lot of the CGI budget went to this episode when the Raven dies. This effect,
oh, yeah.
which was really cool. Looks like something out of Dark Souls.
That is awesome, yeah.
Yeah, because I know particle effects... Well, maybe not today anymore, because it seems like it happens...
Back in my day, particle effects cost a fortune.
Yeah, because I remember when the Tower of Sauron, Barad-dûr, was collapsing and it breaks into a billion pieces.
Yeah.
That took a guy, his entire Christmas break, he did all by himself, and to render it took days.
Oh, my
because there's so many individual parts you have to animate. I mean, not animate, to render in the computer.
Yeah. Holy shit.
All right. Well, do you want to get to comments?
I guess so.
And then maybe
about that time.
We'll bring up other stuff to talk about.
I thought the music was a little cheesy when the leaf was sacrificing herself.
I also kind of don't want to see young Hodor writhing in the ground. It was very traumatic.
It was traumatic watching that. Oh my god, that kid's a good actor.
You felt so bad for him.
I felt like it was actually happening.
What about that the child of the forest or whatever, Leaf or whatever the fucking name was, just kidding. Stab.
She's emotionless.
It was
looking.
Disturbing.
It was.
It was like when Jojen was getting stabbed in that 2 seasons ago. That was just because they're just like machines, and they just keep going. They'll stab until it's just nothing.
But what
there's
told
something
me,
so disturbing about
the way
that to me.
I took that is I'm thinking, okay, she's a tree person, so maybe it's just when they're getting stabbed, they know, okay, I'm dying, but maybe they just don't have the nerve endings. That was my thinking. Good. And thank God they have this back door to this place, because I thought it was just one entrance to the cave.
Yeah, really.
Hold the door.
The hell?
I think that's when it clicked. The third hold the door. I was like,
Yeah, so it's just too much for Hodor to handle. You can't...
Could you blame him?
I know.
Wow, a lot of comments.
All right, the first comment is one I made.
Oh, yeah.
I just made a mistake last week in the background picture. I forgot to put episode 4. It still said episode 3. Don't worry, that should not be happening again. Thank you again for all your comments.
I mean, Daniel Plainview here. I don't know how I feel about Oxnard explaining why he says he doesn't know how he feels about something.
Oh no, this is about, okay. For a second, I thought I was reading the last week's comments.
No, because last week I explained why I didn't say it.
Yeah,
he's making a joke.
No, I confused myself. I'm sorry, I ruined your joke, Trev. I mean, Daniel Plainview.
I don't know if I liked that explanation. I certainly didn't like the amount of sass he displayed when he said it, though. In fact, I think he's a bastard. In a basket. Bastard in a basket!
You gotta sell it.
Bastard in a basket!
There you go.
P.S. Just kidding. You guys are great. As evident by how wrong I was when I said there are only 12 of us who listen to your show.
Now, I just want to make it clear. I was joking last week.
Yeah, we don't care.
He knows.
You don't have to.
He knows.
Yeah.
This guy gets it.
You get it, right?
Whoa! Forget about it.
There's
You
nothing
guys
going on
know.
God, so many awkward moments in
Oh,
this
it's so
show.
sad, that episode.
I know, it's depressing.
Oh, man.
At the time I'm posting this, there are 29 views already. Once you account for friends and family, that leaves at least 17 people listening or watching. I guess it's watching.
Yeah, I just basically constantly refresh.
Really? Great, you're going to get us banned.
No! Yeah,
Actually,
if I
don't-
constantly refresh, you think I do it more than 135
Of all my
times?
friends, besides you guys, I think only one other one listens. And
Yeah.
That's Jingles.
Yeah.
I don't think he even listens.
I have
because
another friend
He texted
who...
me yesterday because he says, "Oh, are you guys gonna record? Because I want to hear what you guys think."
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And family, they don't even know I do this.
Yeah.
Good God!
No.
Please don't listen if you're family.
P.P.S. Not your turn yet. Hold on. Hold your horses, boss. Either Cersei is setting up the Tyrells because the secret Tormund told her was that Olenna killed Joffrey. Who the fuck is that? I can't remember. Or she just made the biggest mistake
That's
of her life.
Marjorie's grandmother.
Oh, okay, yeah. I forgot that was her name. We just called her Granny Tyrell.
Because once they're in, it's all the opening they need to take over King's Landing. Either way, I suspect whoever comes out on top won't stay there for long.
Holy! I
because-
forgot that little detail. Remember, that's right. She does slip in the poison into Joffrey's drink.
That's right. I forgot that too.
Huh.
I forgot even what her fucking name was.
Because if the High Sparrow dies, the peasants will rise up and Marie Antoinette the fuck out of the ruling family. Which is what I think the High Sparrow's been planning the whole time.
Interesting. Good thinking.
Thank you, Trav.
That's one thing
Thanks,
I like
man.
about the books and the show is like something that happens like in the first book all of a sudden has major importance 3 or 4 books later.
Yeah, it's like, try and remember this.
Yeah, like the phrase
He's
like,
testing
oh yeah,
us
that's right.
constantly.
Rob pissed off Walder Frey, and then cataclysm happened.
One of the most significant things in the entire story happens.
Okay.
Who's next? Big Wheel. 191919.
Boss?
In the first season, Dany picked up her dragon eggs from a fire and wasn't burnt. She was also in a really hot bath and didn't feel anything. The book and show are different.
We'd like to
Yeah.
thank George Lucas for reading that quote.
I think I forgot that, but yeah, I think somebody commented the exact same thing. It might have been him a while ago when we talked about that
Yes.
with another burning situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Luke Deadman. Honestly, I'm still expecting the song Honor for All to start playing whenever a stock achieves literally anything because, in my opinion, both George R.R. Martin and D&D have made all the stocks their personal punching bags, to quote George himself. Whenever someone asks me about when the new book is coming out, I'll kill a Stark. P.S. If anyone recognizes from which game Honor for All is from, then my fedora goes off to you. Dead man out! I'm gonna find my grave.
Is it Call of Duty?
Honor for All.
That's my guess.
Boss
Call of Duty.
wants that fedora
The
off
one-
your
My
fucking head.
guess is the Call of Duty, the one when you die at the end and you're crawling to like grab a gun and lift it to kill the
Okay, I have the answer. Dexter, you want to take a shot of where Honor for All comes from? Pick a gun.
Skyrim?
Holy shit.
I don't know. Fuck you!
It's from Dishonored.
What's that?
It's a video game.
a
Holy shit. Yeah, easy for Oxnard when he's got the fucking answer in front of him to criticize other people's guesses.
Good job, Oxnard.
Fucking googly high horse. Google high horse, Oxnard. Find your fucking
Boss, I
face
think
there.
Read these three.
The inventor. The Red Wedding was based on the massacre of Glencoe. Is that how you say it?
Glencoe.
Glencoe?
I don't know.
No, wait.
Glencoe.
Well, it's Scottish.
It's Scottish.
Glencoe.
Oh, yeah, Scottish. I forgot that Boss is part Scottish.
Glencoe?
Glencoe.
Glencoe.
I'm going to call it Glencoe.
Glencoe.
As asked by me, Oxnard. Over 100 Campbell soldiers arrived at Clan MacDonald's castle asking for shelter because they said a fort nearby was too full.
We have a couple Big Macs and fries.
They were given shelter, food, and stayed for over 2 weeks until they received their orders to slaughter all the McDonald's. Oh man, men, women, and children were butchered and burned while they slept. Those who managed to escape ran into a blizzard to die of exposure. Religion, politics, and years of hatred between Highlanders and Lowlanders was to blame. To this day, Campbell's can still be turned away from some drinking/B&B establishments in the Highlands.
Oh, man.
It's all very silly. There was even an episode of Mad Men where Pete Campbell was strung along before being dumped by a client called McDonald. I was so hoping for...
I had no idea. I
so-
forgot about that. Sorry.
I was so hoping for a burning
Anyway,
support
I
beam
forgot.
to swing down and crack the fireproof Daenerys on the melon with that with a satisfying wooden knock. Smug bitch.
That's so funny. That should have happened. Not immune to
Well,
wood.
realistically, that would have happened.
Yeah.
As a fireman, this is what happens.
Yes.
I'm not a
Inventor.
fireman.
Claire Gray has a question. Can you please assist? A. Is it just me, or does Jorah speak Dothraki with a Scottish accent? B. Can you please explain dogging to the lads? I don't have the heart and I'm too worried about tarnishing Oxnard's innocence.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget to mention the masks.
Oxnard is super innocent.
What is dogging?
Does he say what?
Oh!
What is
I
it?
forgot what we talked about.
Oh, the inventor.
Dogging is the public sex.
Oh, Jorah, i.e. Lane Glenn, is in fact Scottish, so
I think
Mick...
it's Ian. Just spelled weird.
Oh, Ian Glenn is in fact Scottish, so Mick Dothraki he speaketh. As for dogging, I have no idea why you would think I would know about depraved going-ons in cars surrounded by perverted people, such as myself.
Oh, she knows. She's seen you, inventor. Claire has seen you.
Well, now my innocence is
in
tarnished.
Glencoe.
And thank you, Claire, for
Claire.
caring about my innocence. I'm just an innocent little boy
Yeah.
trying to talk about Game of Thrones. They keep showing penises to me,
Claire-
and I don't know what to do.
Claire's definition of innocence is much different than mine. Gorgonon, boss?
You gotta do the voice.
Okay. Oh, God, it's so long!
Say goodbye to your vocal cords.
So apparently the Red Wedding was based on an episode of Mad Men, where there was an ad war involving Campbell's Soup and McDonald's hamburgers or something. Glad to help.
Thank you. See, that
But
clears it
there
up.
is
And what the
Lee-
fuck was inventor talking about?
I don't know,
Can't believe he lied to us like that.
What the hell word is that? But they're Ruthly.
Theoretically.
Theoretically. No, he goes theoretically.
Theoretically.
It would seem Osha got off easy compared to Ramsay's other victims, don't you think? I'm surprised he didn't rape, torture, and flay her for helping the Stark boys escape. A knife to the throat quickly, bleeding out in a few moments. That's mercy in the hands of Ramsay. It clearly was a scene concocted to get rid of the character. But I'm thankful she wasn't tortured, unlikely as it seems for Ramsay. It would also seem that Dario didn't need his knife. He snapped his opponent's neck a moment before, so sneaking up on Jorah's assailant, he could have simply broke his neck from behind instead of stabbing, or find that rock as quickly and easily as he did anyway and bashed a guy with it instead of stabbing him.
I think he wanted to stab him to show off to Jorah, like, hey, I broke your fucking rule.
I like those points. Good points, Gorgonon.
Thank you. But I guess they needed some
Stop putting words in my
mouth for bloodletting and suspicion in the sacred city. By the way, I've missed hearing about upcoming movies during intermission, like your first episode's review. I wonder what other films are in the works that I don't know about. A sequel to There Would Be Blood, perhaps?
There would be blood.
Or a breakout film for Breaking Bad's Mike?
It's
Or
happened
maybe a movie where there's nothing is in the fucking budget, mate, and everything and everyone was there the whole time.
What, did we do a movie commercial?
We did one. Yeah, we did a couple.
Oh, no. I remember at the end
we
of...
just did one where it's a lawyer is turned into a cat or something.
Yes. Pause laws.
Pause laws. That was the most recent. We've also done the shoveler.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I think he's talking about that time where at the end of one episode we talked for an hour about movies boss
Maybe that
hasn't
was
seen.
it. Yes, that was it.
He wants more of that. Boss,
wants
what
to
movies
see-
haven't you seen?
He wants to see those.
That's its own podcast, guys.
Yeah.
Two snobby losers
the picture
who think they're
is
way
both-
better than they are
both-
criticize a friend for having not seen commercially
The
successful
podcast
films.
picture is boss's smug face, and we're next to him going,
No, the picture is me reading a book, and then there's a TV behind me on.
you
Yeah.
reading a book?
I've
I know.
never seen
That's
you read
funny.
a book
I
in
hate
my
books.
fucking life.
That's another podcast. Books
Oh,
you
the
haven't read.
door.
Oh, man. Sir Laros of House Pickle Shark. The Red Wedding was based on the massacre of Glencow.
Wrong.
Here we go again. No, he's a liar. Gorgonon
He
is
spoke
the
the
only one
truth.
here that told us the truth.
Mad Men.
If anyone watched Mad Men,
What is this, like so common knowledge? What?
Pete Campbell is trying to get his daughter into a highfalutin private school. They are turned down because the principal is MacDonald, who still hates all Campbells nearly 300 years later. She has sausage arms. Then Inventor
Interesting.
responds,
That's cool.
Sir Laros of House Pickle Shark. Oh yeah, I forgot it was a school. I thought it was some ed client. But you are correct.
then Sir Laros continues,
Well, then STS Boss put a comment here.
yeah.
Hold the door. Hold the door. Hold the door.
Wow, I didn't even know you had a YouTube channel.
And look at that
Made
picture.
it today.
Angry Hodor.
You're gonna put up some vids?
No, made it today.
Just put up a video every
did
day
it.
of you
I did
going,
it to
hold the
comment.
door, hold the door,
But I'll
hold
be-
the door.
I'll be
Traumatized.
commenting. Hold the door.
By the way, Stannis was confirmed dead when Roose Bolton mentioned still not knowing who landed the killing blow. So they found the body, probably headless, I assume. Also, his femoral artery was punctured before Brienne even walked up to him, I believe. Interesting. It just seems so mysterious that they wouldn't, address it more.
He's got another
I
comment.
mean, I guess
there.
that is addressed clearly. Hey, Oxnard!
Why is everyone yelling at me in these comments?
Hey! Maybe don't open a review show by saying, do we still have to recap stuff? Anyone listening has already seen
love
it.
it.
Kind of the whole point of a review show. Jesus, I hate
Wait,
Oxnard.
Did I say that?
Me too.
I said that for Walking Dead.
Now Laros is talking my language.
Yeah, we should have a series where we just rip Ox.
You know what,
Yeah.
guys? You know what? Let's not read the comments anymore because anyone who's written them has already read them. So
Oh, yeah.
there we go.
You're right.
Moving on. Join us next week.
Okay. After all this hold the door stuff, I am in full agreement with Oxnard, whom
the
I
fuck
hate
is-
so much, and left hoping that time travel does not wind up ruining this entire story somehow.
That was 7 hours
yeah.
ago.
He thinks like you, but he hates you.
But correctly, still hates you.
All right, I don't disagree.
I would.
I hate
him
me
and
too.
myself if I thought like him.
We all hate Oxnard. I think that's one thing that we, as not just Americans, but as an international community, can agree upon.
I'm like the alien race that invades the planet and unites the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's
And
why
you
I'm putting
will
myself out
feel
there.
the pain of a terrible demise.
I feel all right.
Jeff Goldblum.
I have my
The fat lady will sing.
I have my stories and my
Oh, thank you very much.
Boss, I'm
what?
gonna give him a cold.
That's what he says when they leave the building. Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh.
Yeah, he's hilarious It went right over his head because he's an alien, a secret alien. Yeah.
I just want to say for
hate that.
Oxnard, we're gonna give him a cold.
Yes. My dad's a genius. Total genius.
Dead.
I want to institute a new format for next week.
Yes.
Where we don't even talk about the show because anyone who listens to us has already seen it, and we just talk about our favorite.
How do you know?
Ways woodworking.
Maybe they want to
methods.
know what we thought.
Still call it a review show, though.
Yes.
In the title.
It'll say like review of Game of Thrones, but
Yeah.
we just talk about curtain hanging and
Pineapple.
wallpaper
Oh, yeah.
techniques and.
Dude, curtain hanging is way more important than people realize, okay? You get that curtain at an off angle, light is going to get in at night when the sun is coming up and you're trying to sleep.
At night when the sun is coming up.
Gotta let the light in.
Yes.
Gotta let
It's almost
the
like you're
light
talking
in.
about dawn.
I live in that part of
Twilight
Alaska
Zone.
where 6 months of day.
I don't like curtains, guys.
Oh, yeah?
You gotta let the light in. Don't be afraid to show.
You just walk around nude.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you made a disgusting face at me when you said that. Oh, yeah. He looked at me right in my eyes, Oxnard.
Let it breathe,
Oh.
everybody.
Let it breathe.
Let it breathe. Let it breathe. Let it breathe.
Let those balls breathe. Let them breathe.
Predictions.
Ooh, prediction.
I nailed it with last week's prediction, by the way, with the Night King stuff where he interacts with Bran physically, and then he finds where they are.
But that was
It's like
actually
the only time I've ever been successful, but it was probably pretty easy to predict
that was actually in the season trailer. You see him touch him.
Oh, I didn't watch the season trailer.
I know.
Full
I'm just
disclosure,
letting you
and
know.
I'm being honest.
I'm
about
just letting
that.
you know since you haven't seen it, and don't watch it yet.
Oh, I will not watch it. I don't want to see that.
Really?
Don't watch it yet.
There was that much revealed in the season trailer?
Well, when
He
you
grabbed him.
when you watch people show break down the trailer picture by picture, yes, there's a lot.
I think I've seen one picture. It's of Jon charging at Winterfell,
Yeah.
but it was just a still picture.
I didn't even see that. I saw that when Alt-Shift-X is talking about,
Yeah, I think that's where I saw it.
will Jon be resurrected? and
Right,
he
yeah.
mentions, we can be pretty sure that he's charging Winterfell.
Oh, you should probably avoid those then, because he does throw pictures in from the trailer too.
I haven't been watching any of his reviews
I would
of the
recommend.
episodes.
I would recommend you
I can't
avoid this
because
stuff.
I can't watch any reviews because anything I'm going to read or watch is going to affect my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. So
All right, so leave your comments. I guess on the punching bag.
make sure to shit all over
Oxnard.
Shit
Oxnard.
on
Yeah.
Oxnard.
Bonus points. We're gonna start point system now.
You get nothing but points.
And
honor.
leave your predictions because this was the 5th episode. There's 5 left, right?
I believe so.
All right, a lot's happened so far.
Man, oh
Who's
man.
gonna get the most points? We'll find out.
All right, well, you got to come up with a point system, I guess.
Don't worry, I'll keep track. I'm
Oh,
not
don't
telling
worry, it'll be
anybody how I do
arbitrary.
it. Got my money on Claire Gray. Rack those points up.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I don't
He's
know.
already favoritism.
I don't know if I'm going to be ready for next week.
You're already at negative points, Oxnard.
God.
Well, I'm Dexter.
Hold the door.
People listening already know who we are, so I don't think we need to sign out, okay?
That's right. That's a good point.
Hold
I'm
the
Oxnard.
door.
Goodbye.
One additional comment.
Yes.
I think I was sadder about Hodor than I was about Oberyn. That's big. You're sad.
Well, Oberyn wasn't like a sad thing. It was more of a
Yes.
shocking thing.
I guess.
Hodor.
I was pretty sad.
Hodor
about
is so
Oberyn.
innocent.
I was pretty
We've
sad
seen
about
Oberyn like fucking everyone.
Yeah,
and,
he got a pretty good life.
He loves
That's why.
to fight.
That's why he's
and
such a good life.
He's got like an enormous
Hodor-
ego, and he's like, we know he's out for revenge. Hodor is a sweet, innocent, gentle giant.
Yeah, and he was fucked over as a kid,
Yeah.
and for the rest of his life,
So
he might have
was
known
just-
what was coming.
it was just the manner in which. The brutal manner in which Oberyn was killed. That was the shocking part
Just
of
shocking,
it.
yeah.
It wasn't like the tragedy that Hodor's scene was.
Yeah.
Anyway,
He's the most innocent character to die so far.
aside from Lady Sansa's wolf.
Human character.
Yes,
All right.
Hodor's not human.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.